Welcome to the party. It's your boy Mountain. We're back again for another day. We're doing last epoch again today. We're gonna go ahead and try to work this out. We've got a lot of things we got to do. So I still don't have a complete build for this character. I have been working and working and working, and I just can't seem to figure out how to get this character just to be awesome. He's gonna be acceptable, not awesome. I want awesome. And when I want awesome, it's gonna be just terrible. So let's just go ahead and be honest. We're gonna work as best we can. Um, I think it's gonna be an interesting build. Um, Passive tree I got fixed. I got filtered all the way out. I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing for the passive trees. Uh, Gonna be kind of rough. Um, from the what you want to call it, tree, from the passive tree. Let's go ahead and let's work this out. What we got. So the passive tree and everything that if I can go, I clear that out. Damn, damn that screw. I closed it. Yeah. And I didn't save my passive tree. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to get this. I at least remember my passive tree because I was working that passive tree out while I was offline. So let me show y'all what we got to do. Intelligence. We get that intelligence. We're gonna do this. Then we can do this. Then after that, we do this. And we're doing that increased crit chance, etc. Because we need to get that increased crit chance. So that takes care of the first tree. Second tree is intelligence here. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab ward per second. This is just useless. Not even gonna worry about it. Then we're gonna go ahead and get ward retention. Get 24 ward retention. And then after we get that ward retention, we got to get that ward retention in place. There is a lightning one, which is right here. Right. To get us lightning pin. Then after we get that lightning pin, we go straight intelligence here. And then after we get the straight intelligence here, this is useless to us. And then we got all this. We got to get ward granted per lightning strike. For lightning hit. Hey, what's up, all we did yet? What's up? What's up? What's up? And then after that, it becomes a trying to get this maxed out to 3. There are some other ones that we're going to be grabbing in this one, which is the spell multiplier and the lightning crit chance. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And that'll give us a good crit chance. Then the intelligence modifier. Oh, sorry. Intelligence modifier from here, which also grant award gained, is going to give us that. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some spell. Here. I'm laying pipe. Nobody has taken down Uberoth this season yet. Go, go, go. Really? Nobody has done that? Oh wow, that's actually surprising. I kind of understand why, because you know everybody has been, oh, it's all about what you all call it. Everybody's been trying to, how can I say, everybody's been going after that dog. What you want to call it? So there's something that also goes on around in here, just so you'll be aware. I don't know if it's a problem or not, but I want to put 8 points here, right? And I can't put 8 points there. That's why I have so many points. The thing won't allow me to put points there, even though I should be able to put points there. So I'm just holding those points there in reserve. The only other things that we're gonna do on this one is get this, which is Castanova, and then we could do this as well. It just depends. Depends on if we can actually throw some points into that. Now, what we're doing for Lightning Blast, because we already know Lightning Blast configuration. So we're gonna go with Lightning Blast. We're gonna make sure that this one is this is the one we're specking into. Lightning Blast is pretty easy. We go ahead and go here. Then we're gonna get this side of the tree. And this side of the tree gives us quadruple casting. We're gonna get this, get that, do the 5 here. Leaves us 2 points. Those 2 points is gonna be crit. And lightning edges on cast. And then when we get the lightning edges on cast, we can sit there, and if we have any extra levels or anything like that, we're gonna put it inside of this right here. That will take us and give us base crit capability. Maybe you'll be the Uber killer. Oh, that's a possibility. I doubt it, because you're gonna die beforehand. I mean, yes, you got it. You got this, man. You got this. I like messing with people. All right. So we're gonna get this. Do the 3 points there. Do this. Then after that, we're gonna go ahead. And this one is this is a must here. We got a 100% chance to gain a charge when we lightning blast crits. So when we get lightning blast to crit, we're gonna get charges. We're gonna get this one as well. And we don't need to worry about this one. And then we got 3 points left. Those 3 points, we're gonna go ahead and I was thinking about doing this, but there's also the possibility of charges when crit, when hit, and then there's where is it? There's the haste. And then range. Or was it here? No, it's crit multiplier. Back out. Back out. Crit multiplier by 20%. Now this is a possibility here. Getting the additional enemies hit and everything like that. That's a possibility here. If we can't do the haste, this is going to be the one. And then what we do is we'll constantly generate. And at that point, we either do one or two things. And this is where the interesting thing is. The first thing, either we're going to go ahead and go static orb, because static orb is awesome. And we'll do static orb where we're just, using it, and lightning blast will be going off. And if we do static orb, there's 2 things we can do with static orb that comes in really handy. And I'll go ahead and get them taken care of for you. That from any source is a great one. It means that the number of lightning blasts is going to be 5, and it changed 2 additional times. This would be awesome too, but we don't need it. And the reason why we don't need it is because this has to be directly cast. We're not going to be directly casting our thing very often. So this is going to be the Aegis. Crit multiplier is going to be there. And then here. And that's it. So what we're gonna do is this will probably be our main power. Oh, hold up, I screwed up. I gotta go over one more. This will be our main power because we gotta think that's what it will. Gotta go over here. This brings it down to like a minimum of 3 mana, and then it's just bam, 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 just doing a lot of damage. And so this will get us and get us so that we have 5 orbs orbiting us at a time, or we can have up to 5 orbs orbiting us. It gives us the ability to go ahead and we'll get static shock, and we'll get the lightning blast going off on a regular basis, and we'll have lightning aegis, which is going to increase our damage and stuff like that from when we use it. Then the last things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing flame ward, because flame ward is the awesomest thing that has ever been done. And then this one, what I'm thinking with this one is we're going to go ahead and we're going to run teleport. And the reason why teleport has some really good features that you can do with teleport. And I think that's going to benefit us a lot if we use teleport. I can't guarantee it, but that's what I want to do. Other than that, that's pretty much where the build sits this way. Now, let me go ahead and do this before I mess this thing up again. Save. Copy. Add to my builds. Build title is Lightning Blast. That way I won't lose it again. Now, the things that I had not figured out in this build, just FYI, is so we know Lightning Blast doesn't give us anything, right? Static. So static, is there any sources that give you anything? This is a static shell. Okay. Now, chance to shock attackers, more armor against shocked enemies, more lightning damage to shocked enemies, chance to gain 15 static charges when hit, chance to cast static when hit. So this is actually the armor that I'm thinking that I'm going to be putting on. And then there's other things that we need to look at, which is like the Invoker has some things that kind of was like, hey, it's +1 level to static, and stuff like that. So that's okay and dandy, but it's that static shell that I'm looking for. The other thing that we need to look at is static orb, and the sources of the static orb. We have a wand, and with that wand, what it says is when you evade, you get 90% of the cost of that. When you evade, you transfer all skill shocks to the nearby enemy. That's wonderful and dandy, but it's not great. So we're not going to use that. We're going to be using something else. Flame ward. When you look at the flame ward sources, we have a couple of different things that are going to be coming in. Could come in handy. You can cast Flame Ward when you use a movement skill. This one is, you get Flame Ward when you cast, you get plus more ward when you cast Flame Ward. Not something that we're going to be able to do because of the way that way that our system works, or the way we're doing. So lightning blast, it sucks. Lightning blast is the same thing. No real sources. You get you get the claw. Now the claw is the one that what I'm thinking is going to be the weapon we're going to use. But if we do claw, we have to get rid of teleport. We got to get rid of flame ward, one of the two, and then we can use frost claw to do lightning. But what I'm thinking is going to be the one that we're going to use is there is a scepter that is going to give us a lot, which is this one. 100% of mana is converted to ward when you reach full mana. The mana I'm using is going to be very low. The mana I'm going to be using is going to be very low. So I should generate a ton of ward pretty quick. Because if you look, lightning blast costs me nothing. Static is going to cost me, static costs me 12. And then when I get to the point of using static orb really is only going to cost us 3. So if I cast 3, 6, 9, 3 times 5, 15. It's going to be 15 total mana being used very quickly. And so what happens when I get 15 mana used very quickly, I should get that back pretty quick. But that's the route I'm going. That's the route I'm taking. I don't know if it's going to be very effective. It looks like it'll be interesting.
Unsurprising. I wonder
We'll
what
see.
my apprentice would have made of this.
I keep hitting the wrong button. That's gonna get me killed one of these days if I do that. The button I'm trying to hit is Q, and I keep on going and grabbing the other button, hitting the teleport button instead of the Q button.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
What's up, Sephra? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I cannot do that. I cannot.
We got to get that cooldown recovery one. That could come in very handy in the long term for cooldown recovery. Could be very good in the long term. Told you flame water is like the awesomest thing. Was the campaign a bit longer this time, or is it just not remembering? The campaign was, oh good gosh, are we dead yet? Gee whiz, what's up? The campaign is longer, and the reason why the campaign is longer is because they added a new chapter. So there is a new chapter, chapter 10. That is where all the new stuff came in.
cannot do that.
Wow, streaking. Hold up a second. Okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and go back over here and get this. Find this out. Then my wife came. Ah!
From the void. I'm happy with destroying the three souls
Okay.
of the trace and return to
What's up, baby?
only then may my sanctuary be destroyed. You have my gratitude.
Not too much. Bye. Shoot. Okay. Oh, I should have done this one. I should have gone over here. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. No, it wasn't you being dumb, Sephiroth. It wasn't you being dumb. It was a new chapter in LE history. The new chapter in LE history is actually going to show you how awesome Lightning Blast is with Malatent becoming the first to down Uber Opera with Lightning Blast. Lightning Blast and what you want to call it?
I cannot do that.
No, I don't plan on playing it. You gonna play? I still have a lot to do in LE. I haven't even had a chance to even make major mistakes in LE yet. Well, I can tell that I can say this: those individuals that are going to be looking for Last Epoch aren't going to have a lot of people to watch on Friday because a lot of the streamers are like major streamers are like, oh no, I'm going to be playing Pee-wee Doo-Doo. And I'm like, okay. Big Zach, I heard one of the streamers defending DGG saying, "Hey, DGG is not at fault for trying to step on the release of LE or LE season release." They said that they were going to change their thing to a 4-month cycle, etc., etc., and made a lot of excuses.
I cannot do that.
And I was like, wow, really? You drank the Kool-Aid that much? Drank the Kool-Aid that much that you can't even see that they did this on purpose. It wasn't like, oh, they did this on accident. Shield's gonna shield. They did that on purpose. And trust me, it's a business move, not a game move. It's I want as much money as I want, you know. So I look at it as they're trying to be Microsoft, or trying to be, what's that other company? Activision. I gotta get as much money out of this as I can, and the only way to do that is to do things like they did.
I cannot do that.
Yep, you are right. It was 100% purposeful. I need to sort out res, but don't know how. Oh, that's easy, dude. That's easy. All right, how much stuff you got? How much stuff are you wearing?
I cannot do that. I cannot. I cannot do that.
All right, let's talk about res. Let's talk about res. Okay, so yeah, you do all the idle slot side quests to get idols. That's one. Because when you do those, side quests for idols, that actually comes in very handy. Because, like, let's say I need resistances, and let's just look at my current resistance. So I'm sitting there and I have no necrotic, right? I can go to my idols that I've been picking up, and then there's some that says, hey, necrotic damage, but there's like ones like this. I get necrotic resistance from this, right? Now there are the smaller ones, which I don't have on this particular character, but you can get the smaller ones that give you what you know, the resistances that you need, and you kind of just go with that, right? Now, when you got gear and everything like that, you need to start looking at your gear in a different light. Like, it just like with PoE. I'm sorry to say it that way. Just like with PoE, it's going to be hard to max out your resistances if you use more and more and more and more of the uniques. So that's a thing that you got to look at as well. Let's see. So like with me, I chose, you know, I'm choosing to try to get some, but I'm not where I need to be with my resistances. One of the problems I'm having right now is I actually have no filter.
Do that.
There is no filter. I have no filter made for this guy. The filter I have for this guy would need to be created, and that's kind of where I am on this guy. So the Rune Master is the closest I have to it, but I don't want to use another filter. I'm gonna have to create a new filter. Call this call that lightning blast. And then we're gonna go here. We're gonna make this one this color. Confirm. Now the things that we got to do, just like anything else, we got to go ahead and we got to hide, and we're gonna hide a rarity, and we're gonna hide the normal rarity, and we're gonna do that at character levels, and we're gonna do that from 15 to 100. We're gonna hide rarity, magic, at character levels, 20 to 100. Oh, will it be a one that's gonna work for me? Will it be one that'll work for me? So this 100%. I even think his current build is what you're about to run. Really? His current build is what I'm about to run. Send me a link. I'm a check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Send me a link. Mage leveling into lightning thingy. Okay. Send me the link. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna sit there and be like, oh, I'm not gonna use somebody else's stuff. I just want a link. Let me get it. Let me get the link. Attributes. I want intelligence. And soon as little man is asleep. Okay, no problem. So if it has these two attributes, I want them two. I want the two. I want intelligence and ward per second. If it shows those two things, then I want that piece of gear. I want that piece of gear automatically. It has intelligence and ward per second. I want that. And then I want that to be between character levels. No, character level. I want this between 30 and 80. Just show me that stuff if it's between characters 30 and 80. Now, I'm gonna go and do something that I don't normally do. I'm gonna look up what's max roll last epoch. All right, and then there's gotta be. He said there's something in here where I can get filters. I'm gonna look. I don't see any filter configurations, but hey, that's just the way it is. Uh, oh, he's doing room master. I'm not doing a room master. I'm not doing room master. Blue filter is there though. All right, we go ahead and see what I can do about that. This is a room master thing. Yuck. Generate loot filter. Uh-huh. Cancel. All right, so this is the one that he has. This is the one that you said that he should I should be following. Movement speed rings. Show all idols. Show generate. Hey, that might actually be the better way to do it too. Yeah, that's actually a better way to do it. I didn't realize it like that. I can do that too. Non-class specific to get you going. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. If it sucks, I'm gonna be so mad at you. I'll be mad at you. It better start showing me good stuff.
Farewell.
I'll see what I can do. If this sucks, I'm gonna be all mad at all we did yet.
Yes.
There we go. No more world ward per second. Oh, that's like getting mad at your accountant for paying your taxes. That's right. If my accountant can't give me my money back that I want, he's at fault. I don't care what he does. to move fast, baby. I want to move fast. Hold up a second. I wonder it's hot in here. Uh-huh. I hear you. Stop. I said, no wonder it's hot in here. And it was like, oh, I'm going to tell you the temperature. I didn't want the temperature. I was trying to turn my fan on. Should you die off stream? Yeah, die off stream for me. That way I can go ahead and I can get mad. I can laugh at you at the same time. I can be like, hey, look, it happens to the best of us.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
The lightning blast. What do we got? What we got? Lightning blast. Gotta get 2 of those. Static. What are we doing over here in static? In the static world, what are we doing? We're doing what? We're doing. Oh, we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna do this one. There we go. And we gotta, oh, we gotta do that too. Dang it. Just thought about that. That's okay. Let's see if these things are valuable. It's give me some wood for a second. That could. Oh. Or we can go with. Health. Let's do that wood per second. We ain't got a lot of it, but. And then we primary here prefixes. What we got? There's not a lot of prefixes left. Ouch. Ouch. We do vitality. That's a good one. This is health. Get this one up. That gives us a good okay. So let's switch that out. We can generate some more wood per second. There you go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's look at that amulet. Mana regeneration, little thing, a little fire damage. I don't care about no fire damage. I'm not a fire person. I don't need no mana regeneration either. Look at this. I don't even use mana.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Oh. Go, baby.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I
There
cannot
we
do that.
go. So one of the things that I should actually try to get is that gives me more ward per second. And so I'm gonna keep doing that so I can get my ward to come up, because I want my ward to be up, and then after that, then it's all about ward retention for here. And then that should give us a good solid basis of being able to stay alive, I believe. We want to be able to, and then what we want to do is we want to start to be able to generate. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Look how awesome this is.
I cannot do that.
Almost. We're almost awesome, people. We're not doing enough damage is where the problem is right now. And if you're sitting there saying, what do you mean you're not doing enough damage? I'm not doing enough damage. when I throw out my ward, oh yeah, we're doing a ton of damage, but we don't do enough damage overall. Let's put it like that. Anything that comes close to me and when I throw my ward up is decimated. So right now, if you look, we got 10 ward a second. We get ward per second per 10 maximum per 10 max mana. So we're gonna get a lot of ward from there. Now this, we're gonna go ahead and grab that haste anytime we throw that up because we want that haste for sure. We're gonna get that mana efficiency if we can, and then ward per second is we want to increase that as well. And when we're gonna do that, we're gonna go ahead and kind of work on some other things, but we definitely want to get this one up because with this one, this is increased fire damage, which is increased that lightning damage we're doing. This is plus damage, and we're gonna max that out as well. So we max this out with 4 more points, 1 point there. We're gonna get this ward per second. Ward retention is gonna go up. And then that should give us a ton more ward overall. Now, let's see, anything else? Go back to the council chambers, turn in that one quest, I think.
I cannot do that.
May a terror smile upon you. Farewell.
Like I said, that's one of those ones that's like,
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
ancient forest.
Cannot do that.
Static. Okay, so that means I gotta go ward retention, right? Spell damage and ward retention. That should give me some ward. And we can go ahead and just.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
There we go. Took a little bit of time to work work out that guy, work that guy out. Took a little bit of time. We got that though. We eventually took it. We eventually took it. Howdy, Dolphin. How you doing? How you doing? We're working our way through after my horrendous death. We're working our way back through the campaign. Oh, you got your lich up and running? Nice.
I cannot.
Congrats on that. I got mine up and running. And then I
Not dwell on
how
the
can I say? I then made a mistake. Harvest playlist has been the most fun I've had on LE. Really? Wow. I gotta have to try to do the lich. Because I think it would be interesting. I just don't know exactly how to put it together. But I want to do Flay. I really do. And then the things that Flay has the capability of doing just makes me really want to play it. But with good single target. I gotcha. I gotcha. I feel like I'm tough to run hardcore unless you have gear pre-made and juiced up. Oh, you think running Flay on hardcore would be kind of rough? That makes me even want to try. That makes me want to try it even more. Nice. Yeah, the Lich constant degen. Yeah, that's the one thing that I think is going to be interesting is figuring out how to get that degen to subside. So when I was doing my Lich before, I finally figured out a way to get it so that I wouldn't degen so bad. But it took a lot of work to get to that one point. It's like, okay, well, I can't do this. Can I do this? I can't do that. Can I do this? And it took me a while to get the degen, so it wasn't like as soon as I put something on, I was losing. I was losing so much health, and it was like, okay, this is not good. So I can understand that statement. That statement you just made. All right. Oh, that's terrible. All right, I might as well just go ahead and just polish that one. Oh no, that's a offhand catalyst. That new amulet that makes all your damage taken physical might be interesting. Does it make all your damage become physical, or was it the one that, or did it change everything into an elemental damage? I forgot. What's up, sucker man? Yes, I'm thriving. I'm thriving. I'm thriving. I'm doing great. Not really. This is after I died. You might not know this, sucker man, but this is my third character. I have four. No, I'm talking about this is my third hardcore. I died twice. So I did my hardcore. I was doing my lich. I looked away from the screen and I died. Right. Then I was sitting there and I was actually trying to play the game, and then all we did yet was sit there and he was typing into my chat, asking me questions, and I was like, okay, give me a minute, man. I'll answer you in a second. Let me just try to find a good place to be. And he typed another message. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get to you as soon as I can, because I don't want to die. And then he typed another message. And I was like, what in the world is going on? So then I looked over. I was in a bad position anyway, but I kind of glanced to see if there was something important he was trying to say. And guess what? There wasn't anything important he was trying to say. He just got me, and then I died. I was like, no, it wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I should have never looked. I should have never looked at the screen. I should have kept my eyes dead on the doggone game screen. So that second one was a pure malintent, did a wrong thing situation. But I definitely want to blame him for it, though. I can say I've seen none of your deaths this season, so I can't be. So it can't be my fault. Well, hold up. You just joined, so let's just. We might get the sucker man came into the stream and killed me situation. I mean. I finally swapped the thorns today. Gonna try to grind some levels finally. Nice. Time for you to own your own actions, sir. I did. I said I killed myself. I didn't say you did. I said I would like to blame All We Did Yet. I didn't say All We Did Yet was responsible, did I? Or did I miss? Or did I misspoke? Was I misspoke? Did I misspoke? Did I make a mistake? Did I say the wrong thing? Maybe I did. I'm sorry, All We Did Yet. I thought I said you weren't responsible. It was Mal who did the whole. I said Mal, it was my fault. But if I said it was your fault totally, then hey, I'm so sorry for that, sir. I'm so sorry for that. Don't worry about it though. You still suck.
I cannot do that. I cannot.
we go. Gotta get that charge gain.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
All right, let's look and see what we got here. Boom, that's nothing. All right, let's see what we got over here. Nothing.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Death by 1,000 cuts, baby. Death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, we're gonna go do that one. Then after we do that one, we'll enhance the damage right here. And we'll just even be better. Oh yeah. We're about to be awesome. No, I'm just joking. We're working on being awesome.
So many years spent researching and theorizing what may lie within these walls. And all I
Space sings of sorrow.
right. Boom, 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 boom. Increased mana regeneration, 5% health, blah, blah, versus. That's all right. Not the greatest thing, but it's okay. It was an okay selection.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
That took forever. Still doing pretty good. Still doing pretty good. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Lightning blast, spell damage. Ooh, wee, this might be the one. This might be the one. No, it's actually gonna be the one that's gonna get me killed. But that's okay. Let's do this. Yeah, this is going great. Now what we're trying to do here is we want this efficiency. And we want the duration and efficiency, or do we want to just go ahead and get some more? Let's go with that duration. Let's just get that duration up. We only had one more point with duration we could have done anyway. And then we can go from there. And then for this one, we have 4 points. We have 4 points there, so that gives us a little bit more ward retention and spell damage. So we get a little more ward retention, a little more spell damage. So we're gonna go ahead and have that. We get 20. Right now we get ward. Current ward is 20, 60% ward retention, 62% ward retention. We go to C, I think it is, and we look at defenses. You'll notice that on the defenses, on the ward side, we added ward per second is 41. The ward decay threshold is 54. Ward does not decay below your ward decay value. Okay? If you have a ward decay threshold of 500, then your last ward that you can get is 500. Okay, either way it goes. We get ward on kill 3. And so since we generate ward per second, we can get up to 304 with no issue. Now, Sephiroth is throwing in planners. What is Sephiroth throwing in planners for? Go back to town real quick so I don't die while I'm looking at this planner that Sephiroth just threw in the chat. Didn't say anything. He just threw it in there. He just threw it in there. You know me and links. Throw a link out there. I might actually have to look at it because my brain just doesn't want to do anything else but look at these things. Okay, so this is your current character. Oh, so okay. Okay. Ward per second. That's a good one. Critical strike with the third strike of flurry. You got flurry, or what are you using this for? Hold up. Chance to gain haste for 1 second on hit. Okay, so when you're using it for that in the attack speed and the melee region. Not a bad thing. More for attack speed. Yeah. Cooldown recovery. That's a good one. Armor mitigation. That's good. Critical strike avoidance. That's the greatest thing. That was good. The increased ward retention is always good from this little one right here, of this thing right here. Then let's see what you got. Yeah, damage over time while at low health. Oh, you're automatically at low health because you're doing the lich thing, and I'll check to verify, but you probably got the node that puts you low life automatically. Ward retention, element of resistance, potion, potion ward, health increase. Nothing. Chance to bleed and void. Cannot do criticals. Chance to bleed. First spell damage, less damage taken over. Okay. Passive trees did increase damage, health drain, current health drain, vitality. This is the one. I always count as low life. Health and ward cannot exceed maximum health percentage. Understand ridiculous. Current health drain per second. Okay. Gained his ward. So what are you using to balance out your your health drain? The leech. So what happens if you're standing in town and everything like that? Does your health get really low or what happens? So before, I don't know if it works for me now, but before what I would do is with my lich, I didn't have problems when I went into the Reaper form, because in Reaper form I would actually gain health, and it would just be right at that level. But if I was out of Reaper form, my health would drop down to around about one fourth, and one fourth by itself. So I needed to be in Reaper form to be able to survive. Let's just put it like that. Every time I needed to be in Reaper form, Reaper form, every time. So I was just wondering exactly how you, what you got running to keep yourself. I have Aura of Decay on my health that stays up. Okay, got it. That's what I was trying to figure out. Cause I was like, I don't know, I didn't see it, but I wasn't really paying too much of attention. I should have paid better attention. Oh, I'll take that one. Mm-mm. 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 So this chess piece could be good. It could be good. There's no real. I don't really have anything that goes with it except for maybe damage reflected. Um, so that's a reflect configuration. Yeah. This is the most important thing. Then we can get that damage reflect, maybe. But this is much better because it gives us what? Elemental damage. And I take less elemental damage taken. So I mean this chest piece is definitely, how can I say, worth it. The one that I'm wearing. It's gonna have to be changed though. I'm not gonna deny it will have to be changed. It's not, it's long term. It's not gonna. It won't last. But like, long term, it is not a valid chess piece to keep. I don't think. So what I would need to do is find a better chess piece, and when I find a better chess piece, it would be what I would use long term. So there are chess pieces out there. Um, there are things that could be out there that I could use. So an example would be, let's go body armors, and we go for uniques, right? So the unique body armors that they have out there, that would, this is okay because it gives us less damage taken from elemental. We can increase elemental damage, and we get that crit. And elemental damage leads as health on crit. So as soon as, every time I crit, I'm gonna grab some, right? This one is pretty good, but it gives us attunement, which is not for me. Okay, this gives attunement, gives strength, lightning, etc. This one is a lich type chest piece, which is 20% of your current health lost per second. Yeah, that's a lich thing. If you don't, that's a lich thing. If you're in any other name, that's a lich item. 3% of melee damage leeches health when you below 65. This one is increased attack speed, blah blah. Not really worried about it. This is health effectiveness springing configuration. This is damage reflect, more damage against blinded enemies, perfect attackers. That's that new one that just came in. So, thrown acid flasks is this one. This one is what? Wield two-handed melee weapon. This one's overkill. Overkill damage leeches health. Increased damage leeches health. Increased leech rate. 100% crit avoidance. This is the one that I'm probably gonna get. Woven flesh is probably gonna be it. But this is one that would be good for like, let's say if I went Rune Master. But I don't want to go, I'm not going Rune Master. I'm not going any other thing other than and so these are things that are interesting. So static shell is the one that is one of the ones that I think is going to probably be the one I'm going to. And so the reason why I say static shell is because if you look at static shell, chance to gain 15 static charges when hit, chance to cast static when hit. So currently, right now, I'm just running around without even hitting the static button. Just FYI, there's no static button being hit. It's just residual configuration. Okay. Now, then we have this other one. I think that's it. I think that was it. Revenant, unstable core. Yeah. This is the one though that we're probably gonna get. Probably gonna look for a static shell. And so we'll show you what static looks like when you discharge it. Because I don't discharge my static. Just FYI. I haven't discharged my static this entire time. It's just been boom, 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 kill, kill, kill. Use what I got, just kill. Right? So if I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get this up. Myself up a little more static. So watch what happens when I use static. See? It did a little bit of damage and it hits everything around me, but why would I worry about doing it? And it burns static charges. I'm not really worried about that part because I don't really care about burning the static charge. Generate the static charge, give me the ability to disperse my lightning blast. That's all I care about. So static release charge to deal lightning damage to nearby enemies based on the number of charges. So the more charges I have, the more damage it'll do if I'm in a group. So I'm in here, boom. But I can just keep the charges instead of running the charges completely out and get a ton of damage from
I cannot do that.
and then we got these here. Nothing. Let's look at this. This is a void charge +1 charge for void cleave. You know, void cleave is actually a pretty cool power. I'm not going to deny. Void cleave is a great power. It's one of those powers that if you know how to play it, like a racer strike. Racer strike is a great power if you know how to play it. we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Need to get back a little bit.
I cannot do that.
Kind of get that done as much as possible.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I cannot do that.
All right. Woo! Already clicked you, right? There you go. There we go. All right. Hey, there's something good. Let's see what that is.
I cannot do
That was a different color. I want to see what he considers good. It's a stone after we got, what do we get? What do we get? I think that was a helmet. Oh, that was a helmet. Oh, that helmet was actually okay, but it sucked. Okay. All right, we can do this. We can do this. This. We can do a seal. Oh, we can't do a seal because I ain't got no. Ah, that sucks. Okay. Okay, keep going. Keep going. What do we have? We had ward retention. And all we're doing is getting ward retention again. So now we got ward retention to 15%. Right? Then what we're gonna do is ward gain per 30 current mana. One so ward your gain ward based on your current mana when you directly use a skill that costs at least 40 mana. So this is one of those ones that if I was actually doing one ward, not ward, the other one, I forgot what the name of it is. Oh my gosh. Can't think of the name of it. Static orb, and I wasn't bringing down the price of static orb. This would be great. So now that we've gotten the bonus here, we got this 5 there. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna charge 5 here, which should give us the penetration. We'll hit the penetration. Then after we hit the penetration, it is doing crit chance here, and then crit multiplier and ward gain on that. So before the crit multiplier, we're going to get this ward gain. This ward gain on hit. Your chance to be granted ward whenever you hit an enemy with a fire, cold, or lightning skill. Now, the effect has a 10-second cooldown, but the cooldown is not shared between different elements, so you can have ward from different elements. Okay, so what that means is, now this doesn't help me at all. It doesn't help me at all because I'm going to be doing nothing but lightning-based things. So every 10 seconds, I'm going to get 120. I'm going to get a ward. Okay, so it's like 120 ward per when I get it. That's the best I can do for that. And then don't forget with this one, you get elemental resistances. This one's going to be the spark. When you critically strike an enemy from at least 4 meters away, you have a chance to cast Spark Nova, a spell that deals lightning damage to nearby enemies. Spark Nova is going to be something that we want to be able to do. And then this one is actually just enhances that. And this increased area skills. So any area skill is going to get a larger area of effect. But we're pretty much good on ward until we can get to the generation of ward. And then when we get 50, we can get the scepter. That's going to get us back. Going to get his ward back on a regular basis when I do that. Currently, I think the way that this build is going to function, I'll be using static orb eventually for doing damage, and lightning blast will just be coming out from got hit. Let's see if I got hit there. There we go. The last Epoch shard.
After each, three again become one.
And this is exactly why we got problems right here. This is exactly why we got problems. We got problems due to the fact that I so white locked up. He's losing it, folks. Yes, I'm losing it. I gotta lock up. I gotta lock up. Well, not really. It's just taking forever to load, which usually means that there's a problem. Usually that means something didn't work right. Something's not working right. It's still processing. Processing, using 8 gigs of RAM. No network connectivity thing. Oh, I'm gonna quit in that. There we go. It's ended, people. Bring this back. Let's roll that back, people. Let's roll it back. I was telling my wife earlier, I'm not gonna I'm gonna try not to eat as much and overeat. And she's sitting there, she's like, "Oh no, when you're hungry, you're hungry." I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna have to learn how not to be hungry." I'm hungry as heck right now. I ain't even gonna deny. I am hungry. This ain't gonna work. Graphics, see, this thing, it might actually straighten itself out. No, it didn't straighten itself out. See, if I do this, y'all can't see it. It stretched across my screen again instead of going where it needed to be. So I need to exit the game and then open the game again. And then when I open the game this time, it should be in the right aspect. It does that when you crash the game or when you delete the game, shut it down without letting it properly shut itself down. No, it isn't. Oh my gosh. It's trying to be difficult. There we go. That's the correct aspect right there.
I believe we seek out the outcast queen, leader of the living rebels, and show her the Epoch. The rest will be up to you.
Mm, 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 mm. And my wife told me something earlier that I was like, oh, it's doing that? Let me just check. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Arcane Duelist. They gotta have more wands, people. That's only on daggers. I want a wand. So my wife told me this earlier, and I was like, "Oh, I realized this was going on her machine." But when you go out, and she would leave game like that. So you saw I was dressed up. I had everything. I looked nice and pretty, right? Then come in here. And I'm back to not being pretty. Does anybody know why we're doing that these days? Does anybody know why I have to go in here and dress up every time? They're getting me ready for Halloween. Oh man, I don't want to be ready for no Halloween. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That wouldn't be the case. I mean, it just turns off the MTX. That's all. That's what I'm asking. Is it a setting that says, "Hey, turn off all MTX, no matter what"? Because it wasn't doing that before. I could distinctly remember logging out, and when I logged back in, I had the same MTX on.
Yes. Stay safe.
Oh. Yes, I'm going lightning blast. What's up, man? Why are you asking if I'm going lightning blast? I thought you knew. I've been saying I'm going lightning blast since the start. Hold up a second. I hate you. That's actually a pretty good sash there, sir. That's a pretty good sash. There's two things wrong with it, but hey, that's okay. That's all right. I'll take the seal. I'll take that. I will take the level 7 tier seal. Oh, that's so terrible. That's so terrible. But that did give me. Oh, I'm going back over here to mess with my lightning blast thing. So that was one of the things that I didn't realize I could do that. No. What was it that he did? I saw it in his. I'm gonna steal that capability of that thing. He was sitting there and he got. The 45. This thing here. I'm doing the same thing, but it's coming out differently. I'm just trying to see something. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe is had something that I thought was pretty cool. Well. How is he saying item type? Okay. And that. All right, that'll work. We want to add change color. Put this. Critical avoidance. Hmm. Right. Right, all that. Okay. So this is a basic right here. This is kind of basic of what we need. I think we're gonna have to do some other things on it to just make it better. But there were some things that he had in his filter that made me go, hmm, I should do that in mine. Robbery, robbery, filter robbery. I got a friend that we were talking about this game on. We were talking about the game, and one of the problems that he has with the game, he had a bad go with the game, and he says the reason why he had a bad go with the game is because they didn't tell him at any point he needed to craft to keep moving forward in the game, in the campaign. Because he was playing with him and his wife and friends, right? So they're playing, and one of the things that pops up is they're doing really good, and then at a certain point in the campaign, all three of them they're playing on a joint game with their wives. All of a sudden, they one of them is able to survive, the other two are dying when they're fighting mobs and stuff like that. And he's like, it was a failure of the game to tell him that, hey, he needs to craft to make his gear and to make his gear better, et cetera, et cetera. And so for me, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't agree with that statement, because they give you multiple times that they force you to go to the forge screen And if you read what's going on, it tells you, hey, the forge, right? Well, my problem with the statement that that he's got is 100%. I 100% agree with him. Oh, come on, really? Really? I can't agree with him on it. I can't agree with him. Because even if they did something else, you wouldn't be able to see it. If you're not reading the quests, even if they tell you XYZ make an item. Well, the fortune table shows up before then. That's where the problem is. You are told to forge 3 times. You are told to forge 3 times. If you don't do it, that's on you. I can't see blaming the game. No. Just before Lagoons 1. That's where we are right now. Yeah, cause look, I got told to forge here in this particular one where it tells you by quest and they tell you about crafting in Act 1 and 2 because in the armory there's a guy standing right next to a forge, and if you read what he's telling you, you're supposed to forge there too. Yeah, it's very early. It's very early. It's in the armory area. I don't know exactly which one, where that is exactly, but there's an armory spot where you're going through. Not true, buddy. It only tells you if you explore that entire area looking for that tiny forging icon. No, because you got to go by him to get through. You kill that one guy with the fire. He's sitting on and shoots all the fire, and the guys that were coming out from those 4 zones. As soon as you finish that, there's a guy standing right next to the forge location. It's early on in the campaign. Just because you don't do anything other than click the guy and just run by, it's not the fault of the game. It's not a tiny icon. It's right next to the guy. Dude, the guy is right there next to it. I mean, the quest giver, the location where you're supposed to talk to the guy, you're not searching for him because to get by him, you have to get by him. He's standing. The guy is standing right here. It's a guy standing right here. The forge thing is right there. The forge thing is right there. He is right there. It is like, so that is multiple times they give you, hey, you need to forge. If you read it, you understand it. If you're just doing this,
Yes, be well.
true, but even if you don't do the map overlay, I'm just saying. No, well, it's for me it's like, okay, so what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to lock you in, force you to read so that you know to forge? Oh, I understand, but that is a failure because you just don't read the. If I go up to this guy and I don't read, I'm just click, 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 click. And guess what? That's That is not the game's fault. That's yours. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Hey, hold up.
I do that too.
It ain't my fault.
I just wing it. Having a problem, then he cares. I just,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. See, so you said they should force you to forge. I don't think so. Because there's no reason to force you to forge. Can you or see? Then that's a situation of can I avoid it? How do I get around that? I'm stuck now because I have. You're going to force me to forge something.
That's what I have you for.
That's. I don't like that. The game devs did. They did. Hey, I'm going to give you the option. I'm going to give you the option. You can either take the option or you cannot. When they look, when a you're talking about game developers and you talk about programming. We talk about computer games and programs. There's a little thing that when you sit there and says, "Hey, do you want to delete this? Yes, no." If you don't read that and you press the button, is it my fault that you deleted your file? The initial forge simply gives one material to do it. But it tells you. That's my problem. My problem is, and this is my stance on it. My stance is, okay, you get the option to do it. I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to tell you and force you to do anything. It's like when I sit there and I get a delete a file, it doesn't tell me to skip past the yes and no. If I read it, it says, "Do you really want to destroy this file?
Sure.
Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, no." And so what you're saying is, that as an engineer, I should have. Are you sure you really want to delete it? Yes.
Positive.
Are you positive you really want to delete it? Yes. But deleting it will get rid of it. Yes. I'm not dealing with all that. No. My stance is the following: if you're playing the game for the first time, you should read the doggone prompts because you don't know what the quest is going to tell you to do. Just click, and hopefully you're running in the right direction. Is just terrible. The first time you're running through stuff, yeah, you should read some stuff. Yeah, my point is it's not a quest. All right, hold on a second. Let me look at that. Yes, that's the one. That is the Sephra. That's the one. That's the one I gotta use. I got it. It's over here. I have that. I have that. Where is it? It is right. It's in here somewhere. There. I have it. When I get to 50, I'll be using that. I'll be using that when I get to 50. My point is, it's not a quest. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I see it as this. They give you a little thing that says, boom, read. If you read it, yeah, whatever. And then you get to this point, and I'm sorry to say, even at this point, you step there, boom, and the quest is done. You don't even know what you're doing. You just click it. It is not my fault if you didn't read that this thing said, "Hey, there's a forge over here. You can forge material." Well, this was a minimum NPC sprinkle as well. and which ones are important, which ones are not important. I can understand that. I can understand that. I can understand the statement of, hey, this is not. It might not be as important of a quest. Blah blah blah. Move forward. Okay, I can agree with that statement. But I am all in on the statement of, it is not my fault you didn't read. It is not my fault you didn't read. I gave you blah, blah, blah. And you went, I'm just don't care. And then you expect me, to be the one that sits there and says, oh, I'm sorry you didn't care about what I wrote. I'm sorry you didn't care that I put this in there and it says something. What's forging? Read what? My point is, you expect new players to read everything. You'll never make it out of Act 1. Well, say, hey. I'm just pointing out. Hey, you make a selection. Not make a selection. It is your decision not to read. Do not blame the game for you not reading. That's my point. That's my point. The full Wheel of Time series is shorter than the NPC gibberish in this game. Oh man, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe that's just terrible. But I will point out, yeah, okay, I can agree. The point in some points, maybe they should highlight, make it a yellow quest instead of a gray quest. But it doesn't. But making it a yellow quest is not really what you should do, because a yellow quest is for, this is plot line story. Gray quests are if you want to do it or not, right? So his problem was, and his issue was, he got the Lagoon, and after he does Lagoon, he's got problems. And I'm like, you didn't do any forging? I go read War and Peace. You read out loud every single NPC, including the silly 3 yellow dot ones, and we'll see who finishes first. Oh man. Hey, are we did yet? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I gotta go against you on this one. Me and him, we argued about this. For a little while. He was like, well, they gotta figure out, and then he said like this. He said what they should do on this one. He said what they should do on this one is, when it pops up, they should put something on the screen that says, you really need to learn how to forge. There was another group of 3 back here. Yeah, these guys, they're not quest givers. That's what he said. He said they should put a little thing on the screen that says, because when you first come in and you come into the zone, you talk to this guy who's a yellow, you talk to this guy who's a gray. The gray guy sends you down here. And then after he sends you down here, you click this and it opens up. Most people just click it, it opens up and it walks away. Because nobody, and that's the same thing that happens on the earlier one. You talk to the guy and he pretty much says, "Hey, there's a forge over here." And you go, "Okay, yeah, keep going. I got to get around this. I got to find the next area. I got my little experience from this guy. I don't need to do anything else." That's exactly what everybody does. And same with here. But what he's saying is they should put on the screen a big notice that says, "If you haven't learned how to forge, you're a dummy." No, but he's not that specific. But he's saying that they should put something on the screen, big bold letters, to force people to think about, oh yeah, I got to forge. Neither's the bloody forge guy. Oh, okay. I'm not saying that there's a bloody forge guy. I'm not saying that. When you first come into the zone, you talk to this person right here.
Yes?
Keep your gear pristine, blah, 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 and all this other stuff and everything like that. This person right here, Caitlin, whatever it is, when you first talk to them, they've got a silver thing over their head. You just click it, boom, 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 and it's done. When you click it and it's done, down here, right over there where this forge thing is, there's a thing that says it's just glowing, just like the door. Just like the door. You go down there, open it up, and walk away, and it's done. The quest is done. In the earlier one, if you read what he says go use the forge. You don't use it. Just keep moving. I'm in the lead. That's the first line in War Peace. The race is on. I already read this. I already read it. There ain't no reason for me to. I've read and won. I've already beat it. I completed that. just like if you go and you do the quest things, some of those little like the little notebooks that you're supposed to look at. That notebook says skip to the last page. If you just click, it'll eventually get you there. But you can go and say skip to the last page, boom, done. If you read, not my fault you want to click, done. No, it says skip to the last page, take the thing, boom, done. I did. I just read Caitlin's. What in the world? Dude, you didn't just hear me. I read Caitlin's. I read her dialogue. It said, don't forget to keep your gear in pristine order. What do you think? Where do you think I got that statement? I don't be thinking don't keep your gear in pristine. Let me go back here. Maybe you didn't actually see, even if I read the stuff, you don't even see. I'm reading it to you and you still can't remember it. That's the problem. Remember, keep your gear in pristine if you want to stand a chance against the immortal empire. When you find a shard, remember to use it. I said that just about not even a minute or 3 minutes ago. And you never read any of the dialogue. What? And if you remember, I even said her name, Caitlin. I said Caitlin at first, but it's Caitlin.
Stay safe.
Look, dude, I didn't say you had to read everybody. I said you need to read the quest ones. And every one of the ones that tell you about the forge is a quest one. It is not my fault you don't. I'm not saying you have to sprinkle every individual person that you see on the screen and figure out what's going on. Every quest one, there's a reason for you to read it. The first one is, hey, go forge. You go past it because you don't need to at that level. It's really wasted at that level. Then you get here and it's like, hey, you need to forge. You go down to the forge and you're supposed to go forge. And it is not my fault you don't forge. And what I'm saying is, and what he's saying is, a boy says, after you talk to Caitlin the first time, or Kaylin the first time, when you run down here and that thing's blinking, he says this should pop open, and when it pops open, there should be a big giant thing on the screen that says, "Please learn how to forge at this time. It is not my fault you don't know how to do it." That's what he's saying. And I'm like, no, they gave you options. And he says, well, as a new player, and that's what he was like. He's like, as a new player, I got the Lagoon, and I died in Lagoon, had a hard time, et cetera, et cetera. And then that made me think, I might have to learn how to do something. I'm not strong enough, et cetera, et cetera. Why am I not strong enough? And I'm sitting there like, but they told you multiple times you needed to forge. You didn't do it. That's your fault. That ain't the game's fault. And then he was sitting there and he was like, well, they should force you to forge something. And I'm like, that's going to be beneficial for your character. And I was like, well, hold up. What's going to be beneficial to my character? If I'm a shaman, I could actually go strength. I can actually go attunement. Or if they force me to build one thing, sorry to say, it might not be good for my character. How are they supposed to know what's supposed to be good for your character? You're building your character from scratch. That's my problem, because I like the ability to be able to do what I want to do, and I don't want to put a lot of extra encumbrance and stuff like that into a game, slowing people down because somebody else can't read or somebody else doesn't want to read. You know what I mean? Are we dead yet? I know you like I agree with his friend. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't go that route. I can't give that to you. I can't give that to you. Brother from another mother, I can't give it. You still agree with my buddy? Oh, I can't believe you agree with my buddy. You done lost your mind. Hey, are we dead yet? I'm gonna have to mess with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir, but I gotta say this. Next thing you're gonna want, are we dead yet, is somebody to give you a trophy for just playing. You want a participation trophy? I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to say it. Love you, man. Love you. Oh man, we ain't right. We ain't right. So not right. Oh wow. Okay. Your friend is right. Okay, Mr. Participation Trophy. It's okay. Be exact. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna make a clarity goes a long way for game acceptance by new players. I understand that. But there is. Hold up. Let me look for it. I don't see it. Oh my gosh, I don't see it. Oh no. I want to give you something else too. There we go. So you can drop the fight. There you go, right there. Game clarity is all in here. See this? This is a big giant header that says Forge. Big giant header. Tells you how to forge, huh? And what forging potential is, huh? If it's a big giant header, don't you think it's important? Oh no, never mind. You don't need to read that. That's how did I know that existed? Because it actually told you in the beginning of the game. No. It's a tooltip that pops up. It's a little box that pops up like right here on the screen. It pops up like right there, and it kind of tells you, hey, you can do these things. And you just ignore it because I did. I ain't gonna deny. I did. It's a little tooltip. Bloop. Hey, you got a game guide. No problem. I ain't gonna read. Look, I didn't read the tooltip. Just like I don't read the quest. I'm a standard game player, but I can't blame my failures on when they give me all the options. Here, there's a game guide. Press the G. Okay. Oh, let me read up on how to do fight and do all the other good things in the game, etc., etc. Yeah, that's a lot of reading. I ain't gonna do that. But you're telling me somehow they gotta get you to figure out how to do that. Oh, it's right there. Boop. Right there. Hey, look, you're talking about combat. What ward is, how you use ward. I mean, they got an extensive game guide. Extensive. Look, they even got monoliths of fate information in here. Look at this. Echo modifiers, harbingers. They kind of explain some of this stuff. What a weaver tree is. It's all in there. It's all in there. I can't blame them. They give us the option. Look, they give us the options. We the ones that ain't using it. I'm sorry. I can't get mad at anybody. I can't get mad at them for giving us the options and we ain't doing what we supposed to do. That's like getting mad at Microsoft. They gave you Microsoft Word. They give you a help and a documentation section. And you mad because you don't know how to doggone set up the fonts right. Really? Proceeding to play. I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. I'm so that's what I'm against. Are we dead yet? That's what I'm against. I'm against what you just said. And that was my argument with him, which is okay, I understand that you want to be forced to learn about XYZ, but I don't want to be forced to learn about it. I don't want to be forced to learn about it. If I want to know, I can. They gave me the option to know, but you can't blame them for it not being, hand spoon fed to you. Nope, I'm mad at Microsoft because they reverted multiple settings in a single
I cannot do that.
set in every single patch. I can understand this statement. But that's just I'm one of those individuals that like I don't know. I'm one of those individuals that doesn't feel like you should be that things should be entitled to you like that. Like I've seen people get mad. Police officer is supposed to, you're driving. The speed limit is clearly posted. Clearly posted. This is not a speed trap. This is not where they set you up for failure, and you know you speed. I've seen people get highly upset that they were speeding and got a ticket. So that was a decision you made. Except the point in fact you got a ticket. I don't want them to, I don't want them to be doing things like this. Okay, well, we need to protect them from themselves, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have cars scan the speed limit and they will never go faster than what's posted on the speed limit. That's what. No, let me do whatever I want to do. I just need to take responsibility for when I mess up. Stability or temporal items. Guide is an epic failure. Oh, just like that CDL that killed that family. Apparently he can't read. He only got 3 out of 12 road signs correct on the test. It's not his fault that he can't read and kill the family. That's right. It ain't his fault. We should have done something to make sure that while he was driving, it shouldn't have been. It wasn't his fault.
I cannot do that.
Nope, it's not California's fault. But yeah, that's my main problem with with it. How we did yet? It's less for me, it's less about the it's less about the clarity of things. It's more about forcing me to have to do things when I don't want to. Give me Let me blast whichever way I want to blast. Let me enjoy myself whichever way I want to enjoy playing the game. Those trucks should have GPS steering. That's right. Hey, GPS steering. Don't tell anybody this, but I said this, but Kiwi enabling the hints every single character and forcing you to turn them off is a good thing in my opinion. Yeah, well, they give you tooltips here, and then you turn it. You turn it. I don't know if you can turn it off. Those tooltips are pretty simple. They only pop up on the first pretty much the first zone, and I've never read them other than once it says one says G, one talks about movement, one talks about a hint would go a long way in LE now and then. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, a hint. I think it was a big hint. You kill that boss, you go talk to that one dude, there's a forge right there, and he tells you, hey, forge. You just run by him. There's another big hint. When you get into this zone, talk to I keep wanting to call her Caitlin. Talk to Caitlin, and it go down to the thing. The forge. This one forces the forge open for you. Boop. Oh, and if you skip past it, guess what? That's you. That that's you. If he ever plays LE again, I guarantee he doesn't forget the forge like I did. What do you mean? You played and forgot that you had the forge? So you forgot. You between the seasons, you forgot that, oh, I got a forge. Oh, you ran from town to town looking for a forge bench. Okay, gotcha. The first forge bench I don't think pops up until like you're in the armory. Yep. The first one pops up in the armory, and it's not even in a town. It's where that guy's standing. He's like, "Hey, look at what I got over here." Be exact. Be exact. That's the one where they should actually put a big old sign saying, "Hey, I'm telling you this is over here. You might not remember, but please think about it." This is ancient era. We don't want ancient era. We want ruined era, right? No, that ain't the one. Is it?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
So when this guy's right here,
Not do that.
he's standing. Crafting forge screen at any time to upgrade your items by pressing F. It is a tooltip that pops up right here. You talk to this guy.
Sarah's grace be with you.
So, and the forge is right here. It doesn't open. It's just you talk to him. The tooltip pops up. You talk to him, etc., etc. That's the first. And this is level 15. That's level 15. You have to see him because when you kill the boss on the other side of this thing, I can't go back to it. But when you kill that boss, you run by him. He has a gray arrow over his head. One of them gray little arrows, not a yellow one, a gray arrow over his head. You then can run straight to him and talk. And then you can keep on going, which is what we all do. We never open the bench. But the bench never opens. It just tells you the tooltip pops up, says, hey, you can forge. You talk to him. He talks about forging. And you just keep moving. Nobody pays attention to this dude. Nobody pays attention to that dude. Not even with the gray arrow over his head, you like, hey, forget that gray arrow. I don't care. I thought you clicked on the side quest so that you can get the side stuff and everything. You never, ever click that gray guy, the gray thing over him. You just like, I'm gonna run past him. I don't care. The tooltip pops up when you get in here. The tooltip pops up. And you just like, oh, it's a great quest. I don't care. Or was it the situation where the first time you played it, you came over, you clicked that gray dude, and then you were like, he doesn't give me anything. And then you keep on going. You were like, click. The first time you played, it was like, he ain't give me nothing. And so from that point on, you run by him and like, yeah, he ain't giving me nothing anyway. Let me just keep on going. That still is a choice you made. You made, not anybody else. You made. Tooltip. You can use forge, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna keep going. I don't care. That's the sign. I walked back in the area. The sign still popped up and said, hey, you can forge. If it ain't blue or yellow, that's what I'm saying. There is a blue one that's over his head when you first come in here. I say gray, but if it's blue for you, then blue for you. It's the ones that look just like this. You see that? That's gray to me. I call that gray. You can call it blue, whatever. It is something like this over that dude's head. Over that dude's head. You run up in there after you beat the boss. There's a blue thing over his head, a blue steel gray. I call it gray. Blue steel thing over his head, and a tooltip pops up about forging. It is not my fault you ain't read it. The tooltip pops up in the middle of the screen. The tooltip popped up in the middle of the screen. And you sitting there. It's on front wheel. Now I wonder if I've talked to him and skipped so fast I didn't even realize it. That's what I'm saying. The first time I realized it, I was like, oh, cool. Now I know that I can forge. And then since then, I never really paid attention to it because I don't really forge until later on in the campaign. But it's there to let you know you can initially. It's like, bam, you 15, you're level 15. You might want to start forging. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not worried about it. I shoot right past it. Just like you said, are we dead yet? Talk to him. Didn't even realize, just keep going. The tooltip pops up and says, hey, you can use the forge. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I keep on going because there's no real reason because I know it's there now. And since the first time that I actually went through the campaign and I went through the thing, when it popped up, I was like, oh. And then I talked to the dude and I read what he said. And then I went over here to the forge and I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, and sorry to say, when I first got there was nothing for me to forge. I didn't have any, I wasn't, be exact, finding that guy is what taught me that I needed to shatter stuff early. Hey, Mountain, guess what? You're going to bed? Rank 104. Why is Mountain so slow? Oh wow! But I'm slow because you made me that way. Look, are we dead yet? I'm gonna go ahead. You have made me so mad. I am going to log out and go upstairs and spend time with my wife. It's your fault. It's all your fault. That's 104 overall. Okay. I got you. I'm messing with you, dude. I'm messing with you. You know I love you. I gotta mess with you. All right, guys. I'm sorry. You know it's a weekday. You know I gotta go to work in the morning. And so I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I know this is a whole bunch of fun. Y'all have a good night. And I hope this has helped you in your quest for ultimate power. Hey, are we dead yet? Now that you saw that there's that guy in the armory, do you feel?
No!
I love you, man. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I wouldn't forge that early either. I'm not even going to deny. It's just that it's there. It tells you. The game tells you multiple times. You won't have it. Well, I do because let me go back. I actually, as soon as I get 2,000, I buy these. Every time I get 2,000 early in the game, because when I first found out that that's where forging starts, I literally go through, and as soon as I get 2,000, I'll buy one shatter room. As soon as I get 2,000, I'll buy another shatter room. I am broke going through the campaign until I start to go to the end later on. Yeah. In the first act, you can buy one, maybe two shattering maximum. Then you get into this area, and you're buying 1 or 2 shattering because you get like 8,000, about 8,000, and you buy them all. You buy all your shatterings at the time because there's nothing else to buy. The reason why I do that is because there's nothing else to buy. Am I buying any of her gear? Most of the time, no. And the gear sale price is very low for all the things that she got. So I just spend it on shattering.
Follow your feet.
And you made 4 characters and still afford to respect your class because you've done it so many times. You are so wrong. Fucking man, you so wrong. No forging until Lagoon. I'm with you, sir. But by the time I get to Lagoon, I'm gonna have tons of material because I'm shattering everything I can get my hands on. All right, I'm gone. Peace out. Catch y'all.